Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make this ruffle hat. I use 4 medium weight yarn, and also you will also use a DK weight yarn to create this hat. It's a very simple tutorial, and also you can choose to leave it plain without the ruffle, which I'll be showing in this video. Please, if you find this tutorial useful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and then hit the notification button. You will need 2 hooks. The DK weight yarn you use 4mm crochet hook, and then you are going to use 4.5 for the 4 medium weight yarn. And also you are going to need the scissors, a tapestry needle. These are the things we'll be needing to create this hat. So now let's get into this video. Alright, with my 4.5mm crochet hook with a 4 medium weight yarn, go ahead and make a slip knot, and then you're going to chain 4, and after you chain 4 you are going to make a slip stitch, a slip stitch into the beginning chain to form a ring. And then after that you're going to chain 2. It does not count as a stitch throughout our work. And then yarn over, go into that space that we just created, and then work 12 double crochet into that space. You're going to make 12 double crochet into that space. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end to start round 2. Alright, when you have 12 stitches, make sure you have exact 12. Go at the first stitch and make a slip stitch. And now we're going to start round 2. You're going to chain 2, which does not count as a stitch, and then yarn over, go into the first stitch and make a front post double crochet, a front post double crochet. So for this round 2 we are not going to make increase. You will just make front post double crochet into every stitch, and we should also end with 12 double crochet. So go ahead and make front post double crochet into every stitch until we reach the beginning of this round, and I'll meet you at the end to start round 3 together. Alright, when you reach at the end, make your last front post double crochet. You should have a total of 12. There's no increase for this first round. And then we are going to make a slip stitch. Go into the first front post double crochet we make, go underneath it to make a slip stitch to join this round. Go underneath it like this, and then pull a loop through that stitch, and then chain 2, which does not count as a stitch throughout our work. Yarn over, you are going to make a front post double crochet into that first stitch for round 3, and then you are going to make a stitch at the center of this space of this between our 2 stitches. Yarn over, go into that space, and then make a double crochet. So we are making an increase for this round 3. And then when you're finished, you're going to yarn over into the next front post double crochet, work a front post double crochet, and then when yarn over, go at the center of that space and then work a double crochet. So this is how we are going to work round 3, and then we should have a total of 24 stitches. Go ahead and repeat this until we reach the beginning of round 3, and I'll meet you at the end to start round 4 together. Okay, when you reach at the end, put your front post for the last one, and then we are going to make our last double crochet at the space, and then go ahead and make a slip stitch at the top of the first stitch to join this round 3. This is how the round is looking like, round 3. And then now you're going to chain 2 for round 4. It does not count as a stitch. You are going to make a front post double crochet into the first front post double crochet next to us. Go underneath it and then pull a loop through that stitch and then make a double crochet front post. Yarn over, go in between those stitch, there is a space there, put 2 double crochet there. So we are making an increase again for round 4. And then when you're finished, you're going to skip 1 stitch and then make a front post into the next front post double crochet. Yarn over, go into that space next to that stitch and then put 2 double crochet. So this is what we are going to repeat for round 4, and we should have a total of 36 stitches. Skip 1 stitch and then work front post into the next one. And when you're done, you're going to put 2 double crochets into that space. So repeat this until we reach the beginning of this round 4, and I will meet you at the end to start round 5 together. Alright, when you reach at the end, put your 2 double crochets, and then we are going to make a slip stitch at the beginning of this round 4. Okay, round 5, chain 2, it does not count as a stitch. Yarn over, make your first front post double crochet, and then go into the space next to that stitch, put 2 double crochet, and then now we are going to make 1 stitch, which is treble double crochet into the same space. You are going to yarn over twice and then pull a loop through that space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then when you finish, you are going to yarn over, skip those 2 stitches, and then into the next front post double crochet, work a front post double crochet, and then you're going to make 2 double crochet into the next space there, and then a 1 treble stitch into the same stitch, into the same space. So you should have a total of 3 into that same space. So this is what we are going to repeat for round 5, and we should have a total of 48 stitches. Repeat this for round 5 until we reach the beginning of this round, and I'll meet you to start round 6 together. When you finish putting your last 3 stitches, you're going to make a slip stitch into this beginning chain, double front post double crochet, and we are going to chain 2 for round 6. It does not count as a stitch. Make a front post into that first stitch. So we are going to repeat round 5, okay? For this round 6, we are going to do the same thing we did for round 5. We should have a total of 48 stitches still, because we are not going to make increase. We are just going to repeat what we did for round 5. So round 5 and 6 is the same. So we are making 2 rounds with the same work, no increase. Repeat round 5 until you reach at the end of this round 6, and I'll meet you to start round 7 together. You should have total of 48 stitches. When you reach at the end, you're going to put your last 3 stitches like what we did for round 5, and then make a slip stitch at the beginning stage of this round. Alright, round 6 is finished. We are going to start round 7 by chaining 2. It does not count as a stitch. Make a front post double crochet into that first stitch, and now you're going to put 3 double crochet in between the space, your front post and the other stitches. Put 3 there, 3 double crochet. And then again into that same space, you are going to yarn over twice and make a triple stitch into that same space. So we have a total of 4 stitches into that same space. And now you're going to yarn over and then skip those 3 stitches, walk into the next front post, a front post stitch, and then make 3 double crochet in that space and then 1 triple into the same space. For round 7, we should have a total of 60 stitches. So this is the repeat for this round. Go ahead and work your way through until we reach the beginning of this round, and I'll meet you to start the next round together. And then when we finish this round 7, we are going to repeat this round 7 for round 8. Okay, so the same thing we are doing for round 7 is what we are going to do for round 8. There's no increase, so you should have a total of 60 stitches as well. Repeat round 7 for round 8. Do this until you reach at the beginning of this round 8, and I will meet you at the end to start the next round together. When you reach at the end, you're going to make a slip stitch into the first stitch, not the chain to the first stitch. So we still have the same amount of stitches for round 7 and 8, which is 60. So now we are going to start round 9 together. Chain. You're going to chain 3 for round 9, and then you're going to yarn over twice. This time around, we are going to make a treble into the first treble stitch. Sorry, the first front post. Yarn over twice and make a front post treble into that first front post stitch. And now when you finish, you're going to yarn over twice, go into that space. You're going to work there 4 times treble stitch. Again, yarn over twice, go into that same stitch, work a treble stitch. Yarn over twice, go into the same space with a stitch. Yarn over twice and then go into that same space with a stitch. Now we have a total of 4 into that same space. Now you're going to yarn over twice, skip those stitches and then go into the next front post and work a treble front post stitch. Again, you're going to put another 4 treble into the next space, into that space next to you. So this is the repeat for round 9, and then we should have a total of 60 stitches again for round 9, because we did not make any increase, so we should have a total of 60 for round 9. So repeat this until you reach at the beginning of round 9, and all will meet here at the end. So when you reach the end of your work, you are going to make a slip stitch for round 9. And then again we are going to chain 3. It does not count as a stitch. You're going to make a treble front post into the first front post stitch. And then you're going to make a treble into that space. This is round 10. You're going to make 5 into that stitch, into that same space, sorry. Now I've put 3, I'll put 2 more. So this round we are making an increase. And this is the last increase we are going to make. We are not going to make any increase anymore. And by doing this, we should end up with a total of 72 stitches for round 10. For those of you that don't want to make the ruffle hat, you're going to repeat round 10 until you reach round 15. So no more increase. You should have a total of 72 stitches. For those of you who doesn't want to make the ruffle hat, you just want to make a plain hat. So repeat round 10 by working like just the round that I'm doing right now until you reach total of 15 rounds of this pattern. And then you're going to make a slip stitch at the beginning of your first stitch. And there you are going to chain 2. You're no longer going to chain 3, you're going to chain 2. And when you chain, you're going to chain 1. And then into that same stitch, you're going to work 1 single crochet. And into every stitch, you're going to work 1 single crochet. You should have a total of 72 stitches still. You are going to make 2 rounds of single crochet into every stitch. For those of you who doesn't want to make the ruffle hat, that is how you're going to end your work. So you're going to just make a slip stitch. After you reach 15 rounds of this pattern, you're going to chain 1 and then work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you reach the end. You're going to slip stitch at the first stitch, first single crochet, and then again chain 1, start making a single crochet from that stitch and then into every stitch until you have 2 rounds of your single crochet, and then you're going to make a slip stitch into the beginning stitch of your single crochet, and then you're going to fasten off and then weave in the ends of your yarn. So from now on, no increase from round 10 now to the end, no increase. And for those of you that are going to make the ruffle hat, I'm going to keep on working until I have a total of 13 or 14 rounds, and this should be around my ears. I'm not going to make this long because it's going to be a ruffle hat. So you're going to work until you have the measurement around your ears, or your hairline. So I'm going to keep on working this repeat, which is the 10 rounds repeats, no more increase. You should have a total of 72. I'm going to keep on repeating this until I have 14 rounds, and I will stop from there, and then I'll start working on the ruffle. So repeat round 10 until you have the measurements that is around your ears, or you have your hairline measurement, and I'll meet you there to start the ruffle together with you. Alright, when you have the measurement of your work already, I have mine, I have 14 rounds with me. So you're going to chain 3. It does not count as a stitch throughout our work. Yarn over, you're going into that stitch, the first stitch, with a treble double crochet. Yarn over into that same stitch, go with a treble, and then again yarn over twice. You'll go there again with a treble, and again yarn over twice, go into that same space with a treble. So we have a total of 4. Now at this point we are going to work into each stitch. We are not going to skip any stitch. You are going to put 4 triple crochet into every stitch, 4 into every stitch. Now the first stitch is optional. If you don't want to ruffle too much, you can make 3 stitches into each stitch. If you want it more ruffle, you can add maybe 5, because I'm making 4 in this video. You can add 1, or if you don't want it more, you can take 1 out of this 4 and just put 3 into each stitch. So I'm going to repeat this, putting 4 treble into each stitch until I reach at the beginning of this round, and I'll meet you to start the next round together. Make sure you don't skip a stitch. You should work into each 72 stitches, because we just only have 72 stitches, and you should not skip any stitch. You should work into every stitch. And when you reach at the end of this first round for the ruffle, you're going to make a slip stitch at the beginning of your first stitch, and then you're going to chain 3. So this time around, instead of putting 4 into each stitch, we are going to put 3 into each stitch. So we are going to put 3 triple double crochet into every stitch until we reach the end of this round. So this is the last round for the ruffle, putting 3 triple double crochets into every stitch. So go ahead and do that until you reach at the end of this round, and then when you reach at the end, you're going to make a slip stitch into the beginning stitch of this round, and then cut off the yarn, weaving the ends of your remaining yarn into the wrong side of your hat, and then your hat is ready. So keep on putting three treble into each stitch until you reach at the end of your work. I hope you do enjoy this tutorial, and if you do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so anytime a new video is uploaded you will be notified. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you back in my next video. So keep on working, putting three treble into each stitch until you reach at the end of your work. Slip stitch into the beginning chain, cut off the yarn, and then weave in the remaining yarn with your darning needle, and your hat is ready. This is how it looks like. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.